Yeah.
Okay, is your mic unmuted?
Yes. Khalid,
Let's
can
get
you just
started.
talk? Just
Okay.
Josh, for 1 second. Khalid, can you just say something?
Hi.
Okay.
Cool.
Oops.
So welcome to the Space Business Association. We are a WPCARE affiliated club. So let's go over our agenda. We're gonna go over ways to stay connected to the SBA. Social media and info channels. We'll go over our Discord, Sun Double Sync, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. We're on everything, even TikTok. Emmy runs that. She's made some great content on that. And then we're gonna do Meet the E-Board. Then we're gonna dive right into it. We're gonna do our events overview, our workshops overview, and our resources. Feel free to ask questions throughout the entirety of the meeting if anything pops in your head. And then we'll go over news you need to know, which is just another overview of events and other news that was brought to my attention over the week. So the Space Business Association is a networking and information organization. What we do is we connect you guys to the commercial space industry. You may be in aerospace engineering or in a STEM field, which is great. They're looking for people in STEM fields, but if you don't have the right connections, how are you going to get that dream job at SpaceX or Blue Origin? So what we do is we connect you to the guest speakers who come into our organization, and having that connection might just be enough to get you on the top of the resume list when they're looking for new hires. So all of our meetings are uploaded onto YouTube. You can see our past meetings, like the one with Jim Cantrell. He's the co-founder of SpaceX. He came in. He was actually like our fourth guest speaker. Thanks to TJ. TJ got him in as a new student organization. So TJ gets a lot of props for that. His talk was amazing. I definitely recommend checking it out, and all of our other past talks are uploaded onto YouTube. Go follow our Instagram. It's spacebusiness_ASU. We post all of our events there. It's a great way to stay connected. Also, we have that little Discord circle. If you click on it, I believe who's not in the Discord here? If you're not in the Discord, can you please tap on it and see if that invite link still works? And then we post fun space stuff, which is in one of our highlights, and our link tree is linked right there. And then we also have a Facebook, which I'm not gonna lie to you guys, we don't really use. I just have the Instagram posts ported onto the Facebook through automation, which is super nice to have. Follow us on LinkedIn. This is the place we're most active on. We post all of our events on LinkedIn. And if you're thinking, oh, I'm not a business major, why should I have a LinkedIn? Well, LinkedIn is the place where I've gotten all these guest speakers to come to the SBA by just shooting them a text on LinkedIn messaging. So you can connect with people through LinkedIn like super easily. When they see you're a student, they're like, oh, they're not trying to sell me something. I might as well respond. So follow us on LinkedIn, stay up to date there, build your LinkedIn account. Later on, I'll get into the LinkedIn workshop we have planned with the student organization DECA. So what's next? Meet the E-Board. I'm gonna have all the E-Board members who are here introduce themselves. Then we'll go into our Discord overview. This is where all of our resources and events are posted. We got a lot of good stuff in our Discord. And then we'll go over our startup help section of the club. We have a few startups that are under the SBA that we support. And I'll go over how that works. Feel free to ask questions throughout that part of the meeting. And then we'll go into our events, workshops, and more on resources. So my name is Joshua Attila. I'm a senior founder of the SBA. I'm a business law and entrepreneurship major. Our goal is to spearhead the new frontier of business. I realized that there wasn't really a place for business students or any students to connect with professionals in the commercial space industry. I mean, there's places to connect with astronauts, engineers, but there's this growing business side of the industry that hasn't really been tapped into at Arizona State University. And we are the most innovative space-related university in the world. We are doing a lot of stuff in space. So I was surprised to find out that they don't really have a support system to connect to professionals in the commercial space industry on the business side. Tim Whitney isn't here. He's our VP. He does all the outreach. I don't know why he keeps it.
Hello, my name's Megan, but I go by M, because like Eminem. I'm a sophomore here. I am studying astrophysics. I'm not really in the business realm, but I keep the space business about space. I have a ton of connections with the people in like CC, which is the School of Earth and Space Exploration. I'm really big in a lot of the other space clubs here, like SED and Astronomy Club, which I like previously mentioned. There's like an astronaut coming tomorrow. So I keep the club really like. If you have any concerns or if you want to get more into the space realm of things or the space news, ask me. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Victoria. I'm a senior. I'm an astrophysics major. I didn't prepare anything. I want to be an astronaut, as you can see. Yeah. Also, like I'm not really on the business side of things, but as an outreach officer, I can kind of connect Josh to a lot of different resources in CC. I'm also a space ambassador, which allows me to like meet professionals in the field, which is how I got to meet Blue Origin the other day. And stay tuned. We're gonna have a Blue Origin representative come here, which is huge. I learned that when they take your resume, they put you in the system. So if you apply for either a business internship or an engineering internship, they cross-reference you, and just knowing that they met you gives you a higher chance of being hired. So that's kind of a big deal. But yeah.
And that's what we're all about, giving you a higher chance of being hired. You're gonna meet people. We have the CEO of Catalyst Space coming in. You're gonna meet higher ups in the company. So if they just say, "Oh, I love your talk," something as simple as, "Oh, I loved your talk at the Space Business Association. I'm a member." And they're gonna remember the talk they gave and maybe a question you asked. And it's automatically gonna put you higher in their head, resume-wise. So is Savannah?
Yes,
Yeah.
she's in.
Hey, here. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Hey guys. My name is Savannah. I'm a sophomore. I'm an econ major with a physics minor. And my goal is really just to take my own passion for entrepreneurship and couple that with my interest in economics and physics. I am the CFO of the Space Business Association. So I'm in charge of getting all your awesome merch set up, everything like that. Yeah, we've got a lot of awesome new member t-shirts and other things. We're super excited to get launched for you guys. And yeah, I'm excited to meet y'all.
Thank you so much, by the way. Love it.
Of course.
Kylie's next.
Hi guys, I'm Kylie. I am a junior this year with a major in political science and a minor in business. I am kind of like your pre-law connection in this club. I am the pre-law society vice president as well. So anything on the space law or just law in general side, I'm more of your gal for that. And my entire goal is to make an impact politically or spacely. Um, and just kind of help connect you guys with the same kind of opportunities. So yeah.
Vishnu is late, but hopefully he'll be here soon. Vishnu is on our subcommittee. He's started 2 companies part of the SB. One of them is called AstroSeed. What they do is farming in space. They make like these pods that you can grow whatever you want in space. He'll give you more background on that when he gets here, if he gets here. And then he created another company called Axoniverse. They're 3D printing organs to test drugs on. And these are capstone projects. He's partnered with ASU. So you can use it as a capstone project if you join their Discord and you're interested in doing one of those for capstone.
Okay, that'd be me. My name is Tilak. You guys can call me TJ. I'm a senior right now, and I do my robotics major for my bachelor's, and I'm also part of the 4+1 program. So I do my master's in global management with a concentration in finance and legal studies, and it's more like a global MBA, you could say that, and that's part of the School of Thunderbird. And I did my internship recently with Google DeepMind, and this summer, the entire summer, then I am a person who does a lot of research. I have to, and I also work closely with clients who are like high value clients in the field of space, and my connections go both ways. Like if you're looking for a scientist, if you're looking for a business entrepreneur, I would be the right person you could ask me. Sadly, I do a lot of AI stuff and I do have a resume filled with technology, but sadly, I'm not available in TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. So the good place to reach me is like contact me through my email or just like text me. And I just started our quick startup in the field of long language model based robotics, which is a field of general robotics, with a couple of friends at ASU, and we got a first seed for 25 grand like 2 weeks ago. So, and we kind of established the company like 3 weeks ago. The LLC was actually formed 3 weeks ago. So it's not part of SBA, but if you want to like, get a shot or something, like, feel free to reach out. And yeah, I work in the field of space. I work in the field of robotics, AI, and I also do kind of management for Luminosity. And currently, there's a thing going on between Luminosity and the what's the thing called for space? Explore, not CC. What's the other thing? Yeah, new space. What's the new space under exploration department? The lab of exploration. There's a lab, right? And
Interplanetary?
yes,
Yeah.
yes. So Interplanetary and Luminosity, they are working on public policies for like, for example, if you are looking for mining a resource in the cislunar orbit, like for example, an asteroid or inside the moon, like how to do that. So there's a new platform called as Lab2, and I'm one of the major lab managers working in that program. So if you want to like reach out for like research and stuff like that, feel free to. Yeah.
All right, let's go over the Discord. This is the place to stay connected, the SBA. So when you first join, you're gonna get this welcome message. Feel free to read it on your own time. It's just a little blurb on what we do at the SBA, and you get this cute doggo floating in space. And then our broadcast channel, I set up some automation, so when a guest speaker books a meeting, it automatically sends the person's name, their title, and I have to manually send this in, but the description of their talk and the Zoom link. So if you can't find the Zoom link, just go into this channel right here and it's going to be there. And if you want to reach out to one of our guest speakers, they're going to have their contact information in the channel. Interplanetary Hub is just our general chat. You can ask questions, go over whatever in here. I usually post our meeting reminders in this one as well as broadcast. Jet Fuel Journalism is our one-stop hub for everything space. So I got some RSS feeds posting daily space news in this channel. Questions and suggestions. You can ask questions and suggest stuff. So Em said idea of t-shirts.
And that was
You can contact the executive board right here. Applications are not live anymore, but they were live a week ago. Make sure to introduce yourself right here. We got a lot of great introductions, just name major, something that interests you related to the space program. Our social media is posted in this channel. RSS feeds of our social posts, so easy access right here. It's just a secondary place to see what we're up to. Our space network, I've compiled a bunch of big hitters in the space industry here with their LinkedIn links in here. So if you come to our LinkedIn workshop and make a good LinkedIn account, I recommend connecting with all of these people. I gotta add more. The list has grown a lot, but here's a few of our initial guest figure in contact. ASU Outreach, it's other space-related ASU stuff. Professor Abugana has this talk. I'm actually gonna play it right now.
I'll put the astronaut one in. It's just about one.
Yeah. So it's about her class on space law and her capstone or her research project. Super inspiring video she made. She's also a big player on LinkedIn. She posts a lot of good content there. We have research opportunities, which you can read this when you join the Discord or if you're already in. It's about her research project she's the faculty advisor for. It's a multi-level space governance approach. Basically, you're going to research investment and finance in the space industry, and you're going to get 2 credits per semester of research credit, and you're going to receive $1,200 per semester. So honestly, I would do this free if I had more time at ASU. So that monetary incentive is really great. And then I've been really into AI over the summer. So over the summer, I created this new channel called Singularity AI Tools. I just share a bunch of cool AI tools that I've researched and been using throughout the summer. Zapier is a big one. It makes everything super easy managing organizations. It's an automation tool. We got Agent GPT for your legal people, Better Legal. Bullets AI. Just a lot of cool stuff. And then if you want to see all the upcoming AI tools, go to futuretools.io. Random Galaxy, you can post whatever you want in here. So yeah, this channel hasn't been that active, but if you have memes or whatever else, you can post in here. Or if you just don't know where to post something, just post it in the random chat. Yeah. Hopefully that goes without saying.
Pause.
Oh, their Discord is wild. That inconspicuous one.
Which
The
one?
meeting was wild. I was like, the moment they got their hands on the keyboard, it got started.
What, in
Astronomer Club.
Astronomy?
No, astronomy club. You let it go. You didn't miss anything because your mom jokes. Oh my god.
That's great.
Oh, yeah, that function.
Is it still in there?
Like, I think it was on the Instagram.
It was on the
Is there-
Instagram.
It's not.
So these are the servers. You can see our startups and projects. Vishnu actually got a Venture Devils grant for like
10K,
40K,
10K for
10K.
Yeah.
He got 10K to start this company. I thought he said 20K when I met.
No.
But something around that. He pitched it at Venture Devils, which is a entrepreneurship program. Any ASU student can apply to it. If you have a startup idea, you get a mentor, and then at the end of the semester, there's something called pitch playoffs, where you present your idea to judges, and then if they deem your startup worth their money, they'll give you a grant. And can anyone tell me what's important about the grant? Okay, so Huh? It's money with no strings attached. So
See,
investors
like-
will invest in your company. A grant has no strings attached, so you still retain full ownership of the company. ASU doesn't take a stake in your company. I was worried about that when I applied to Venture Devils for my own startup. And ASU does not take a stake in your company when you go to pitch playoffs and receive grant money.
And there's one more thing which ASU does on a larger scale. Venture Devils, you get a maximum of $20,000, and you can apply for something called as Venture Devil Plus, which is like a Series A or Series B for your startup. But what if some people already have a good startup, like they need more money, like 100K and 200K. For situations like that, there's something called as ASU Innovation Open, which happens on like the beginning of every semester or something like that. But the sad reality is that ASU hosted it like for like the last 3 years, and ASU never won that competition. So if you guys are like, if you have a cool concept, go for it, win that 100K if possible. Yeah.
That's cool. Now it's a big idea challenge. This is a old challenge. Axoniverse, if you want to join the Axoniverse Discord, here's the link right here. And that's about it for the Discord. If you have any suggestions about channels we should add, please put it in questions and suggestions.
If you're still the Instagram posts, I make them. Send them there. So like actually change them. They'll be nice.
Okay. So our upcoming speaker events, we have Shelly Brunswick coming up next week on Thursday at 6. She's going to be doing her talk on global transformational leadership. She always does great talks. She's at ex-Navy. She was in the Navy for like 10 years, and now she's the COO, Chief Operating Officer of the Space Foundation. So don't miss her talk because she was just great last time she came in. And then Ruth Oko, she has a talk on how satellite communication and the IoT is connecting the world. She works for a Nigerian satellite company, and her goal is to further broadband connection in Africa. Vishnu, I can rewind. We got past your slide, but I want you to talk about your company.
Give the man a minute.
Yeah, I'm Vishnu, with a master's in robotics, and I've started 2 companies called AstroSeed and Axoniverse. So AstroSeed, we build platforms for space station and for Earth. Research and fancy space is entered right now, right? Only NASA is doing it because only NASA has and no one else has. If you don't know, NASA is joking that we're very good. So there is a need for the research in plant space because you don't have a choice, right? And essentially become robots searching your genes, we have to live on plants. That's what our cosmic pod provides. It facilitates the research that is lacking right. But yeah, we're starting on Earth first and then going to space. But this year we want to send a small research module to space to ISS and see how microgravity affects plants or how radiation affects plants as a whole, and then go build it from there. Yeah, another project, another company that I started is called Axoniverse. We build biological chips for the organoid intelligence. Yeah, I know a lot of word soup, but essentially we take neurons, put them in a petri dish, and then train them for tasks like computation or pattern recognition or facial recognition. In neural networks, we try to mimic neurons, right? But in here, we're using live neurons from our brains, put them in petri dish, and then train them for that particular topics that we have. Yeah, both of the links are in the Discord. So you can join.
Nice. Good job.
Very cool. So after that, we have Jihani Lee coming in. He's the CEO of Catalyst Space. I have to go over, because this talk is so far out, I got to go over his talk description again. But this is going to be a great talk because the last CEO we had was Jim Cantrell, and we haven't had another CEO back since. So I'm excited to have another CEO coming in. And then we host our speaker events bi-weekly. So the other weeks we'll have workshops. Last semester we had a LinkedIn workshop, and I went in and showed you guys how to build a proficient LinkedIn, which that I believe that event is on YouTube right now. If you want to go back over that, but we'll be hosting a LinkedIn workshop with the student organization DECA. They're a business professional development organization at ASU. They help you tailor your resume to certain jobs, whether you're an accountant, lawyer, or anything else. They'll help you tailor your resume. They'll help you build your LinkedIn. They'll help you go through interviews. So they'll host interview workshops where they just grill you for like an hour on a bunch of interview questions. So when you go into the real interview, you're not terrified and you're just prepared to answer the questions they're going to ask you. And then we've hosted entrepreneurship workshops. As I mentioned, we support startups, and part of that is trying to connect them with the right resources. So we had a guest speaker from the Entrepreneurship and Innovation Institute come in and do a workshop with us. Thank you guys. You guys want to bring up anything else?
I do.
Oh yeah, we're not done yet. Em has a bunch of cool space stuff she wants to share.
It won't be that long. I want to go to Tangle Club. Okay, so I just pointed that out. I shared it with you.
Oh, you did?
So a little bit about me. I'm actually interning for NASA Space Grant currently, and that is under the Arizona Eclipse High Altitude Ballooning Project. So that's like a lot of words, but basically there's an eclipse happening October 14th this year, and another one in April. And me and my team, we are creating this giant balloon, and then we're putting a ton of payloads that we made on it, and then we're sending it into the stratosphere to live stream it for NASA. And that's what I'm going to be talking about, but really fast. So first of all, what is an eclipse? There are two different types of eclipses, and there's a solar eclipse and a lunar eclipse. But I'm going to really be talking about a solar eclipse, and the main difference between the two is the position of the moon. These are the positions. And you can see for the solar eclipse, the moon's in between the sun and the earth, and that creates a shadow on Earth compared to a lunar eclipse where the earth is putting a shadow on the moon. And solar eclipses are very, very rare because the planet at which the moon is not perfectly like sphere, so it's kind of on an angle. So to get those two line up is when a solar eclipse happens, and it doesn't happen that much. So these are the 2 dates for the solar eclipses, and you can see the solar eclipse October 14th actually here in Arizona. We're not in the path of totality, however, we are going to have about 85% in the path of totality. And these are the difference between a annular and a solar eclipse. The annular eclipse is happening in October, and you guys can still see the sun, but the moon is there, and that's because the moon is farther away during this one. But in April is a total one where the moon completely blocks out the sun. So this is what a total solar eclipse looks like. This is what an annular solar eclipse looks like. Really cool. So what my project really focuses on is what happens during an eclipse. And so these are the paths of totality for both of the eclipses that are going to be happening. So this is the one that's going to be happening in October. And this is where we will be. This is where I'll be during an eclipse. So I'll be launching the balloon. And you guys can still see it. If you guys want to go to a viewing party, we are having one at ISTV4 around 9 a.m., 8 a.m., because the eclipse happens at 9:30 a.m. Sorry, we can't make it later. And this is what the eclipse looks like. This is what the shadow is. And you guys can see it gets really, really dark. So what a lot of people don't know, or they don't think about it, is that it gets a lot colder in those areas. And big shadow, it gets cold. And so this causes a gravity wave inside of our atmosphere. During the day, we have this big layer of hot air, and on top is this cold air. And when this eclipse comes in, it creates all this cold air to come down, and it makes waves throughout our atmosphere. And so this is kind of what these waves will look like. It's kind of the same thing as throwing like a rock in a lake. If the rock is the eclipse and the lake is the atmosphere. And you can kind of see these types of gravity waves through day to day, though it's not proven, and this is like totally hypothetical. This is kind of what a gravity wave would look like throughout our clouds. And this is why it would look like this, because when we measure these, we can measure the type of wavelength of these gravity waves. And these are completely would be exact to what one of these gravity waves throughout our atmosphere would look like. And that's what I'm studying. ways to observe this is with the eclipse ballooning project. So eclipse happens, we're on Earth, we just kind of see it, but we don't know how big or what's happening, what's it like in the stratosphere when this is happening. And so that's where my project comes in, or my team's project. We are working with NABP, which is the Nationwide Eclipse Ballooning Project, with all these big old balloons across the nation, all across that path of totality. And so us and a couple other colleges are teaming up. We're putting this balloon with a ton of different payloads in it and sending it to the stratosphere. This is a live look of what it looks like. This is from the 2017 launch. We live stream it. We have, so if you guys go on the NASA live stream, our team will be on there. At least when the New Mexico balloon launches. And we also do a lot of science experiments. We calculate the pressure, the humidity, the change in altitude, and we put all that, and especially gravity waves, because those are very, very interesting. So we put it up there, and it gets really, really high up. And so the biggest question is, how do we get it down? It's really, really large. I believe, don't quote me, that this is about, I'm not even going to say dimensions. It's not this big. And then when it's in the stratosphere, the pressure is a lot less, and so it expands. And it gets as big as this room. It's huge. So how do we get it down? That's the biggest question. We pop it. We pop it and it comes hurtling towards Earth. We also, these are actual live pictures from this. We had a camera, or a different team had a different camera looking up at the balloon when it popped. And these are just amazing. You can see with this one, the balloon was made poorly. And so it popped on the side because that was the weakest. But this one, that balloon was great because it pops completely, like all the way around. And then it comes hurling towards Earth, and then we go pick it up. These are all of the other teams that are connected with this. This is our team. This is the one that I'm on, the Arizona Space Grant Program. So then we go track it down in the middle of nowhere because we do altitude predictions to see where it's going to go. Like, if we launch it from here, what are the jet streams? What's the wind going to be looking like when it goes into the air? And we could have a prediction on where it's going to land. Because we don't want to land in like a highway. But these predictions are not that well where it tells us, oh, we can land in this nice screeny path where we can just walk over there and pick it up. Or this tree, where we have to climb it and scale it and pick it up from a tree. We can't predict that. So we go and pick it up. These are the data that were collected. I'm not going to go into this because this is not the SBA and not the Astronomy Club, which happens on Friday night. But these are the types of data that we collect with it. We can see that there's this is the wrong data. Okay, well we have cleaner data. But this is the type of data that we can collect once it's not cleaner. And that's the end.
Great job.
Thank you.
Okay, so now we're done. Thank you guys for coming out. I'd love to see some new faces coming to SBA. This semester, I really want to focus on fostering a community. So this semester, if you come to 5 of our meetings, you get a free t-shirt. I don't want to charge anyone for t-shirts. I just want the SBA t-shirt to be like, award you get for coming to our meeting. So that being said, I'm going to pass out a paper, and you guys are going to write down your names and your email address. And then I'll count it out, and at the 5th meeting, you'll get a free t-shirt.
Hey, Josh,
Yep.
do you want to have them put their size on there as well? So we have a good count.
Just put your size on it as well, shirt size.
Yeah.
If you guys have any questions about what I just presented, you can ask me. Not like that.
Anyone want more stickers or pens? You can stop recording.
Oh, sweet.
Stickers?
Sure.